Surprise! This has been in the works for a while, but I can finally announce that I have sued the government.
Surprise, surprise.
To obtain all records related to the government's investigation of former President Donald Trump for retaining classified documents and trying to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Look, Donald Trump won the 2024 presidential election fair and square. We assume. And that means that the criminal cases against him are over, or at the very least are stalled indefinitely. So why would I do this now when special counsel Jack Smith is winding down both of his cases and Trump will return to power in January? Well, in the words of Supreme Court Justice Louis Brandeis, sunlight is said to be the best of disinfectants. In that vein, I, along with my co-counsel, believe that the American people have a right to know what the Department of Justice and the FBI discovered when they investigated Donald Trump. And so we filed a lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia to challenge the DOJ's failure to process 2 FOIA requests for this historically important information. Now, the next chapter of the USA will be dominated by questions about the rule of law, secrecy, and government corruption. We just witnessed Trump's Attorney General nominee go down in flames because of an ethics investigation involving his sexual activity with underage girls. Unfortunately, we can't access those records because Congress is exempt from FOIA. But the Department of Justice and the FBI are not. We believe that their failure to process these FOIA requests is illegal, and so we're taking action. Now, Special Counsel Jack Smith is winding down the prosecutions against Donald Trump due to the long-standing Department of Justice policy that prohibits the criminal prosecution of a sitting president. This policy also found root in the Supreme Court's decision that Donald Trump enjoyed broad immunity.
Hold on.
Down the prosecutions against Donald Trump due to the long-standing Department of Justice policy that prohibits the criminal prosecution of a sitting president.
I don't know if I like that phrasing. The policy that prohibits. What is this? Would you say it's a policy that prohibits? I thought it was just the. It was just the understanding that you probably couldn't do it. I don't know if it's technically impossible by legal or policy, like rule, federal rule. I just think the idea is you probably can't do it. I think that's what Eric Holder said. I don't know if there's like an actual official policy saying that it's impossible or it's against the DOJ, unless they really passed a rule or something or established a rule saying it. I thought that this all just came out of that Eric Holder memo, but I could be wrong on that, but.
This policy also found root in the Supreme Court's decision that Donald Trump enjoyed broad immunity from prosecution.
The immunity rule, though, basically solidifies that.
Lest these troublesome prosecutors undermine the executive branch's ability to perform its constitutionally assigned functions. Official functions like pressuring state officials to find you just enough votes to ensure victory. Now, Smith requested that the federal courts dismiss both cases about Trump without...
Yeah, it's an OLC memo, Office of Legal Counsel, which sits as the Department of Justice, yeah.
...prejudice, which means the case could be refiled if and when Trump is out of office. But there are numerous statute of limitations problems, and Trump may very well just pardon himself. And so Smith will resign from his position before Trump takes office along...
Can't policy also mean way of operating? Maybe, yeah. Yeah, policy and rule are probably all the same thing. It's just what the federal government decides to do. That's in accordance with the Constitution and congressional federal statute laws, yeah, I guess, yeah.
With an unknown number of attorneys who worked on the case. And as the Washington Post reported, Trump intends to fire all of the lawyers who worked with Smith, including career attorneys typically protected from political retribution.
Actually, no, that wouldn't be true. Like the Department of Justice, I believe, has like on the books policies for things that you're not supposed to do. I don't know if it's like a policy in the DOJ, like do not indict a sitting president. I don't think that's like an official policy. I think it's just a thing that they think they probably couldn't do. Like if they got challenged somehow in court, I don't even know how they would do that. Because it would be the federal government defending itself from the federal government. Yeah, I don't even know how they would do that. I'm not sure.
So there's already an effort underway to rewrite history and deny reality. That's why it's critically important to act now to capture the complete record of the federal prosecutions before the records are destroyed, altered, or God knows what the new administration will do with them. And the Freedom of Information Act is the legal vehicle that allows us to accomplish this, and it serves all Americans. It is indifferent to political party or ideology, and FOIA is the sunshine that Justice Brandeis spoke of.
He used the word slightly informally. Yeah, sorry, I'm not correcting him ever and saying that he's like wrong. There are little pedantic things that I think are important to stress, but it's not like he's like wrong in what he said. It was just like a thing to keep in mind, right? Sorry.
And we must act now to have any hope of seeing its light. Now, public trust in government is at an all-time low. In fact, Donald Trump made this a cornerstone of his campaign. And Donald Trump made it clear that he expects his new attorney general to bury the entire Smith investigation. And this may include rewriting or shredding the historical record, or even calling upon the Republican-controlled Congress or his cronies in the Supreme Court to prevent the American public from exercising their legal right to access these critical documents. There's also a serious concern that once the president's allies get what they want from the records, the DOJ won't see a need to continue preserving them. So that's something that we're trying to protect against as well. And that's the core of our lawsuit. The American people have a right to access these documents, as granted by FOIA, and we believe that the DOJ and FBI are not honoring their legal obligations. If nothing else, our lawsuit puts the sword of Damocles in the form of a contempt of court sanction over anyone who decides to power up the metaphorical shredder after giving the data to Trump's allies. So it's imperative that we get to see all of Jack Smith's records as soon as possible. So on November 22nd, 2024, I filed a lawsuit against the Department of Justice and its components, including the FBI, the Office of Information Policy, the OIP, and the Special Counsel's Office, the SCO, for failing to expedite my FOIA requests. And in fact, you can read my lawsuit by clicking on the link down in the description. Now, obviously, if you're going to sue the federal government, you'd want a great lawyer, and luckily, I think we are. But even if you're not suing the government, you want your own great lawyer, and my law firm, the Eagle Team, can help. If you've got in a car crash, suffered a data breach, or are dealing with almost any injury, we can represent you or help find you the right attorney who can. Because it's so important to talk to a lawyer right away so you can get the best representation and find out what your options are. So just click on the description or call the phone number that's on screen for free consultation with my team. Because you don't just need a legal team, you need the Eagle Team. And now back to the lawsuit that the Eagle Team has filed. Now, our first request was to the OIP. The OIP is the office that handles FOIA requests for the SCO, and the request includes records maintained by the SCO related to the investigation of Donald Trump and emails of the SCO personnel relevant to the investigation. And central...
My king, I know you saw my message at Destiny. Which one? Did you see Dr. Mike arguing with Dr. Mike that genetics, particularly genes that suggest lack of conscientiousness, are the root cause of poverty and preempt people, calling him a Nazi? No, I have not seen that.
To my request for expedited processing was offering many concessions to ease the review burden, such as excluding confidential or previously classified materials. After all, time is of the essence here, and the bureaucratic lift needed to honor FOIA requests like this is not lost on me. Plus, a request for all records with no exceptions would likely be considered overbroad. More on that later. And well, wouldn't you know it, the OIP responded, and they refused to even process the request. Their response letter indicated to me that they hadn't actually read the request and instead treated it as a request for all records, no exceptions. And the fun part is that they went out of their way to illustrate that they have 1.7 million emails to chew through. You guys, please read the request. I went out of my way to make your jobs easier. This isn't that hard. And for my friends at the OIP watching this, and for all of you...
Can you translate for us non-Americans what LegalEagle is suing for exactly? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. It sounds to me like we have these things called Freedom of Information Act, okay? The Freedom of Information Act means that you can petition the government to basically release certain material that maybe is classified that doesn't need to be classified anymore. They'll look it over and they'll say, okay, fine, we'll release this. We call these FOIA requests. It sounds like LegalEagle put in a FOIA request for access to all of the documentation that would have been on file for Jack Smith's federal investigations and subsequent prosecution of Donald Trump over his January 6th case and the Mar-a-Lago case. And it sounds like he's saying he got a boilerplate response back from the OIP, which is the office responsible for issuing, or dealing with FOIA requests. And he's unhappy with the response that he got because he felt like it was a boilerplate. I didn't pay attention to it. So now he's filing a lawsuit, I guess, seeking an injunction to make it so people can't shred the evidence while he pursues the FOIA request more. I don't know if he said that exactly, but it sounds like that's basically what he's doing, right? Or am I wrong? Did I miss something?
You at home, I cannot stress enough how reasonable, everyday, and typical our request actually is. In fact, in 2021, Jason Leopold and BuzzFeed sued the DOJ for all of the Mueller investigation records and then negotiated with them during the litigation to reduce the scope. So this isn't exactly an unprecedented case. And we shouldn't have to...
Can you please explain it in Zoomer terms now? I don't know Zoomer. I can't speak the skibbity toilet, okay? But basically, Jack Smith was writing a hate post on Donald Trump, and then Jack Smith's social media group got taken over by a new admin, and Jack Smith is going to delete the whole hate post that he wrote, and the LegalEagle guy wants to see what he was going to write in his hate post before it gets deleted. And when he went to the group and he said, hey, can you show me what he was about to post? They were like, no, we're deleting it. And he's like, okay, well, fuck you. Now I'm going to sue you to do it. There. Okay.
To sit at council table to decide on a reasonable scope of records, and yet the OIP is forcing us to go down this road. But it gets worse. Our second request was to the FBI, and on November 8th, 2024, we submitted to the FBI a FOIA request for, quote, all information about former President Donald Trump in the central record system collected or created as part of the investigation into him for unlawfully retaining national security information and for his role in the January 6th insurrection, for which he is currently in criminal litigation in the Southern District of Florida and the District of Columbia. We then advised for both requests that the agencies could wait until the investigation was over before producing records. And then on November 18th, the FBI responded. And I'm trying not to take this personally, they denied that I should be treated as a representative of the news media while not addressing my request for expedited processing, which is just rude.
How rude!
Now, many weeks have passed since my FOIA request and the fair concessions we made in exchange for expedited processing. But we have yet to receive the response we are legally entitled to. And so, we're left with no choice but to sue the federal government. Now, our lawsuit originally included 2 counts of constructive denial of expedited processing. This type of claim arises under FOIA when a government agency fails to act on a request for expedited processing within the statutory timeframe or otherwise improperly denies a request for expedited processing. So what is my lawsuit seeking? Well, 3 things. 1, a court order for expedited processing of the FOIA request because time is of the essence. 2, injunctive relief to compel the DOJ to comply with the requests. And 3, reimbursement of my costs and attorney's fees.
I believe an injunction is, I think you can get an injunction in an interlocutory manner. What is that? What is it called when you get an injunction before the case is ordered or before the court case is finished? There's a name for this. I don't remember if it's interlocutory or not, but there's a name for an injunction that you can get. Is it a TRO, temporary restraining order? Is a TRO always? Oh, preliminary injunction is probably what I'm looking for. Yeah, I think he's looking for a preliminary injunction here on 2. And then I think 1 and 3 is what he's looking to win in the case.
Now, I'm not the only one who wants these records. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton also demanded the records, and Republicans in Congress have even warned the Office of the Special Counsel to preserve them. My guess.
What does suing the federal government even mean? Who is personally going to be affected by that on the government? Personally, nobody is affected. You're suing the United States federal government. The U.S. federal government is an institution like a corporation would be. It's an entity, right? And you're taking that entity to court saying that they are failing to uphold some responsibility that they have under contract or under contract or whatever, I guess, or like civilly or something, right? Because it's not like a criminal matter, it's a civil matter, but you're saying that there's some process or procedure that they're not following, and then you're suing them to say that, well, you're engaged in some form of obstruction or something improper, I guess, to compel them to act.
Guess is that we probably want them for reasons that differ from Ken Paxton, but in the short term, we want the same thing. I think it's really important that these records are released in full so that people can review the entire documents for themselves. And the law states that the government must provide expedited processing of FOIA requests in cases in which the person requesting the records demonstrates a compelling need. And a person engaged in the publication of news media prima facie demonstrates the required compelling need when there is, quote, urgency to inform the public concerning the actual or alleged federal government activity. Now, countless legacy media and news platforms have successfully argued this in court. So what gives here? Does LegalEagle, being one of the biggest and, dare I say, best law-related YouTube channels, not count as a news media platform that serves the public interest? Well, the FBI doesn't think so, as they have denied our classification as a representative of the news media, and they are wrong. Obviously, the mission of this channel is to educate people about the laws that govern our everyday lives in a fun and entertaining way, and it's impossible for us to achieve our mission without vigilant and zealous coverage of the news. And in fact, there are over 3 million of you that subscribe to this channel, and the FBI is telling you that you don't count. Now, unfortunately, due to the way that FOIA litigation progresses, we were unable to challenge the FBI's determination on this point at the same time we challenged the constructive denial of the expedited proceeding, but all hope is not lost. We have filed an amended complaint that covers the fee category, the fee waiver, and the actual production of records, while still keeping the expedited processing claims. And at the appropriate time, we'll be asking the court to expedite its consideration of the case as well. After all, we need to make sure that the DOJ and the FBI don't just hurry up and refuse to release all the records. Now, if this lawsuit is successful, then the American public may finally have the answers to many of the unanswered questions about the Donald Trump investigations. Answers to questions like, what evidence does he have that has not been disclosed? What evidence would prosecutors have used at the Trump trial? How did the Trump immunity decision change their strategy? Did Joe Biden ever communicate anything to Attorney General Merrick Garland or the special counsel? And who were the uncharged co-conspirators? And looking at the Florida case, our success in this lawsuit would mean the public having answers to questions like, who else had access to or moved the records? Was there evidence that Trump kept some classified records in New Jersey or in other locations? What about these surveillance videos and audio recordings? What did Trump's advisors tell the DOJ about his handling of classified info? The American people deserve answers to these questions, and we believe that we are legally entitled to it.
I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. The conclusion I'm coming to regarding the right is that our best move might be stepping aside and watching the show unfold. Without Democrats to rally against, they'll turn on each other. Every attack we make only unites them against an external enemy. But if we let them be, their wildly conflicting beliefs will inevitably clash, exposing the cracks in their coalition. Their infighting will speak louder than any critiques we can offer. I mean, like, that's kind of true, but the issue is that we live in a whole world where other countries are also doing things. So the United States doesn't have the luxury of just collapsing in on itself and then going on a journey of self-discovery to figure out, like, who we really want to be. The problem is that if that type of stuff happens, there are tons of other interested parties that would see us, divided, or would see their influence expanding in other parts of the world in ways that it might be impossible for us to ever take back.
So even though we are suing the DOJ over these records, it doesn't mean that we are hostile to Smith's investigation. I don't think we're trying to get something from them that Smith doesn't want to release. We've specifically disclaimed any interest in classified or privileged information, and we're trying to help Smith finish the job he started in the least awful way possible. And we specifically said we'd wait until he was done with his report, so we're not even rushing him. Now, for longtime viewers, you might be wondering what happened with the first suit I filed against the White House. Well, these things take time, but there were actually two lawsuits. The first was about the handling of John Bolton's expose, and I haven't talked about this publicly yet because I didn't want to prejudice the lawsuit itself, but we've received a significant number of substantive responses from the FBI, the DOD, and the CIA, including records showing that the CIA was never given any parts of the book to review. And we're in the middle of an appeal of the decision regarding the National Security Council. Now, we always knew that that part was going to be an uphill battle, but one of the points of this lawsuit was to change the case law saying that the NSC is entirely exempt from FOIA, especially under these circumstances. And we will continue to pursue the appeal to make that change. Now, the second lawsuit was a suit that I filed about how Trump fired a bunch of inspectors general who found corruption. Now, we've gotten a ton of records about allegations of OIG misconduct, yet very few about the ones that Trump pushed out for alleged misconduct. And it's pretty clear from these records that he pushed out inspectors general who didn't do anything wrong and didn't push out inspectors general who did. Something to keep in mind next time he pushes out an inspector general. And I already have a quick update. The day we filed our amended...
An Office of Inspector General is the thing that Republicans say they wish existed, and that's why they made DOJ, but exists for, I think, every major federal department. Basically, anytime you read something where it's like a watchdog group found this or whatever, that's an Office of Inspector General. Office of Inspector General is just an office that's supposed to be separate and then investigates the counterbody or whatever that it's set up to. So, like, there's like... I'm trying to think of what these get established for. I think pretty sure it's every major. So like there's an OIG for the Department of Health and Human Services. I'm pretty sure there's like an OIG for the Department of Defense. There's an OIG for every major department and office in the federal government. There should be an Office of Inspector General. Yeah, there's a DOD OIG, Department of Education OIG, Department of Energy OIG. These are all the things that the Republicans say they wish existed because they just don't know that they exist. But whatever.
Complaint, the FBI miraculously granted us expedited processing. They like to play these little litigation games. So that's a win for the good guys, and we're one step closer to getting the records. And I'm sure it's because the government is afraid of us. Now, I couldn't have done any of this without the help of my co-counsel, Kel McClanahan, who's one of the preeminent lawyers in national security law. He runs the firm the National Security Counselors, which promotes the ideas that the public needs to be as informed as possible, and that people entangled in legal matters in this field should have reasonable access to knowledgeable legal assistance regardless of income. I suspect that in the coming years, there's going to be a lot of shady dealings that need to be exposed, and there's going to be a lot of government employees and contractors who are going to need help in dealing with whistleblowing and security clearance issues. And Kel and his team are on the job. They operate in large part from donations, especially their pro bono work, and if you'd like to donate to further their mission, they would greatly appreciate it. I already have, and I look forward to working with them in the future. You can check out their website and donate by clicking on the link that's on screen right now or down below. And either way, you can always follow them on Blue Sky at nationalsecuritylaw.org for updates on all their cases, mine included.
Why can't they pass an audit then? The Pentagon can't pass an audit yet because they changed all of the auditing procedures a few years ago, and they're moving some departments into getting them on board with being able to pass those audits. It doesn't mean the money is gone. It doesn't mean the money is missing. The Pentagon was never expected to be able to pass any of these new audits until 2028. It's always been on track for that. Anybody that says differently doesn't understand the process, or they're just intentionally lying to you.
And because this is an ongoing story, make sure you stay tuned and subscribe. And if you're legal counsel for the DOJ, I will see you in court. Subscribe. And if you're legal counsel for the DOJ,
I don't even think that's a real hat. Wow.
For example, I'll just cut right into this.
What is this?
The GPT tells you, because you asked it, that your race or ethnic group is not the most intelligent of all of them, and maybe somewhere down the totem pole much further than you had anticipated. You may also discover at the same time that there is a totem pole of racial intelligence, and you're going to go, holy, what? You keep asking it, it's like, this is reality. You're like, oh my, do I just stop trying? What is this? Holy crap, that's a really big deal. It could really bum you out. Now, inevitably, when you guys get in the comments and ask me questions about race and intelligence, here is my view in perpetuity until politics changes in at least the United States. This
Oh, he's going to say I can't talk about it.
is my view as applied forward for the rest of this channel's lifetime until and unless politics really changes. Here it is. Ready? I 100% acknowledge, because I'm literate, that race is truly a biological construct. It is deep. It pervades almost everything. And it has real world differences in ability that are complicated. They are overlapping in spectra, but they are nonetheless for sure real. And they affect every single thing about your life on the margins. If you ask me any more questions about that, I won't say anything because I'm not getting canceled over that shit. Because in our current political climate, if I fill in the blanks of what I mean, your boy's out. Fuck that. I'm not ready to, shut down the YouTube yet. But so what I'm saying is, yes, race is real. Yes, race differences exist. Yes, even in every single quality that you think is too politically incorrect to talk about, which is why I'm not going to talk about it. I got plenty of other shit to say, tons of other great stuff, but as a scientifically literate, awake person, I have to say, yes, I'm aware of these things, right? That's that.
Jesus.
Welcome to Pod Save America.
I feel like broad population groups probably do have some proclivities towards different capabilities. I don't think anybody, that should be that controversial statement. How much this impacts us on the daily, like how wide the difference is obviously incredibly difficult to determine. I don't know why, I feel like that's a reasonable position to have. I don't know how extreme he is on his position though, but.
Hi everyone and welcome to
An hour and a half on this.
our
Why?
DealBook Summit Task Force on the 20th.
What was I linked this for? The Twitter clip with McCarthy. Which gave me a timestamp. Listen, it's about to become a bannable offense, so I'm close. I'm probably going to add this in soon. Please don't ask me when things come out. I have no idea. It's not even my show. It's so much spam in chat. I don't know when anything comes out. I have no clue. Go spam them. Why would I even know? I have no clue. I don't know. I'm not editing it. It's not my show. I have no fucking idea when the Adam Friedland show goes out. Ask them for it. Holy shit. Please. My God.
Election.
Alyssa Mercanti says she was forced out of Kotaku after being accused of anti-Semitism. Ultimately, based on the actions of Tarzia, multiple persons contacted GO Media to complain about anti-Semitism. Mercanti for appearing with Piker under pressure from GO. In the wake of this harassment campaign, Mercanti agreed to resign her position at Kotaku. Jeff Tarzia promoted the commentary by streamer Destiny, related to Mercanti's support of Hassan Piker, which led people to accuse anti-Semitism as a direct approximate result of who is Tarzia? Jeff Tarzia? What is this person? Smash JT. This person? I don't know why you just like this. Okay. Isn't she the girl who was gooning over Hassan? Yes.
On the 1st of September 1930...
1 year old. That's out of date. Somebody linked me this.
Have you been feeling like your life could be better in some nondescript way? Well, then you should sign up for the Mockers Patreon. Benefits include early access to feature videos, occasional bonuses, plus an opportunity to make easy cash. For every person you sign up to the Patreon, you'll receive $1 of their pledge, and 50 cents from the pledges of people they sign up. That means if you sign up just not that many people probably, then you'll make like millions of dollars, and all of the people who were mean to you in high school will feel really stupid, so don't think, act now. Everything just stated about profit opportunities was purely satire. The Mockers Patreon works like any other and will not actually generate income of any kind. Enjoy the video.
I have a lot of questions for you. Even though I've been your student for years and I get to spend all this time with you, I feel like there's always such a wealth that I can...
But when you have the opportunity to put a bright light on me and just question...
Yeah, exactly.
What the hey?
I have to take advantage.
We're going to begin today's video with an
Somebody emailed us. Somebody to watch 10 minutes of this.
exercise. If you already know who Keith Raniere and Alison Mack are, you'll absolutely be able to participate in the same way as someone who's coming in completely cold. But if you've never heard of these people, all the better, so don't look them up. The exercise is simple. Literally all that we're asking for is your attention. So if you're currently consuming this video in a passive manner, listening to it in the background, watching it while playing with your phone or what have you, cut that out. At least just for this short exercise. In a moment, we'll resume playing this conversation for 3 minutes, and all we're asking you to do is to pay as close attention to it as you can. We're not telling you to look for anything in particular. It's just important that you're not in a position to say, I wasn't paying attention, when we pause again and give you the second and final instruction of the exercise.
I know for myself there are moments in time when I feel like creatively abound, and then there are other times when I just feel like the most boring person on the planet. I can't come up with anything. And I was just wondering if you could explain sort of your take on the nature of creativity and if there's a process of
I gotta say a bunch of things that are just not creating creativity.
Creating creativity,
There's a creative
yeah. Or
act,
is it like a muscle that you
or
can
a scientific
build?
act.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I normally speak of science and creativity as sort of being somewhat opposite, but they're not really. I mean, inherent in science is this notion that we can have free will, and there's even in science things like the Heisenberg uncertainty principle that talks about our limits on how we can observe things and stuff like that. But, a point is, if we have something that we can predict, it becomes not creative at all. It has no free will, and it's science. And if it seems to have free will, we see it as parts of it that are not predictable and thereby creative. It creates. It is the thing that comes from it is not a function of that which comes before in any way that we can predict. It's as if this thing birthed something totally new and unpredictable. If it's predictable, it's not creative.
Right.
So, of course, we as humans feel we have free will, and that's sort of interesting, but doesn't mean we do. It just means we can't see our own programming enough to say that we're just robots. You know, if it ever comes about that we find that we are truly just robots, automata of sorts.
What's up, brother?
Fuck, give us 2 minutes, okay? We're supposed to watch this with no interruptions. 1 sec.
You asked me.
I think all creativity is out the window then.
Totally, because then it's just pre-programmed into you.
Yeah, so that which makes us not a scientific, predictable thing is creativity. Now, most people take creativity and, unfortunately, creativity in itself has a more rigorous or, I would say, pure aspect. And then, as with many things, and we as humans love to do this, use it as an excuse. There's a saying that talent, it's by Schopenhauer, talent hits the target no one else can see. No one else can hit. And genius hits the target no one else can see. So whenever I hit my volleyball, I serve my volleyball off of the court completely, it's just genius.
All right. So now that you've listened to this conversation for 3 minutes, though it may have felt significantly longer, here is the final instruction for the exercise. Imagine as you've been watching, a friend has noticed you paying close attention to this conversation, though they haven't been able to make out the audio, and they've just said to you, "Hey, what are those two people talking about?" So now you have to relay the overall meaning of what you've just listened to. What do you say? If you want, you can even pause now and try to say your answer aloud or write it down. But no watching the conversation back. After all, it was only 3 minutes and you were paying close attention. So how hard could it be to summarize in a coherent manner?
Oh, was this emailed to me because it's making the point of people who can just fill a ton of fucking space without actually saying anything of value or substance? I mean, I can bullshit well, so I can understand a bullshitter, so I can make a bullshit answer summarizing the bullshit, but it would all be bullshit, right? What the guy is talking about is that, Jesus, actually it is pretty hard. To be truly creative is to be daring in ways that nobody else has ever dreamed to do. And that being creative is a process where we go for things that other people, I don't know where the future of this conversation is going. I don't know, that other people wouldn't think to do or something like that. I don't know, that'd be the best summary I can give. But there's not much, yeah. This would be such a good exercise to have conservatives do with fucking Trump.
Can you do it? Our guess is no, which is no slight on you, the viewer. Because the fact of the matter is, in spite of Ellis and Mac's constant expressions of wonder, there really isn't anything to paraphrase. Because over the course of that 3 minutes, Keith Raniere essentially said nothing. But his ramblings are a rather special kind of nothing, as you actually have to pay attention to notice the nothingness. When a person who...
Why is everyone yelling at me?
Because they love you. Okay, wait, I just have a quick question. There must be, I think we kind of flirted with this before, but we didn't really go far with it. How does this whole Fifth Amendment pardon conviction shit work? It can't be as loopholey as it feels. Let's say, for instance, let's say that I bring you in and I ask you questions and you plead the fifth on everything. And then I say, okay, well, I'm not going to prosecute you for any of these things. And now can you just not plead the fifth and you have to answer every question? Or do you understand what I'm asking?
Basically, can the promise of non-prosecution, can that make it so that you
can't plead the fifth in any good faith manner, and somebody could actually say that?
Yeah. What's wrong with that? Why do you disagree with that?
I don't know. I guess it feels like a loophole. I don't know what it'd be a loophole for. Some people were saying that Stone or Bannon could have been brought in. Well, so here's a question, right? So Roger Stone, right, was accused of doing bad things in terms of his communicating with people in Russia. Couldn't he theoretically be brought in now and questioned, and he could never plead the fifth on any of it because he would have no reasonable expectation of being prosecuted because he's already been pardoned?
I don't know the effect of a pardon. Usually the way it comes, as I understand, it's like a plea deal. But I'm not sure the effect of a pardon.
Well, if you've been pardoned for a crime, you can't be charged
Yeah,
with it again, right? So,
I just don't know the specific case law on the effect of pardons on whether or not you can invoke the right to self-incrimination. But I agree with you, like policy-wise, the same thing is applicable, I guess. But it depends on like how wide the pardon is too, right? Is it just for the specific crimes, or is it for everything you did, or is it all things related? So I can imagine it being a little squirrely.
sure. Okay.
Is that your question? Sorry, I couldn't be more help.
No, I guess, yeah. I'm just curious because it feels like everybody's saying that it could be abused in certain ways, but it feels like I haven't seen that happen yet. Like it came up in the context of watching this Peer show where he was talking about, or they were talking about the blanket pardons that the Biden admin was going to do. And if the Biden admin does blanket pardons, then these people can be brought in and questioned on literally everything, and they wouldn't be able to plead the fifth because of the blanket pardons. And I don't know.
You support that?
I don't know. I'm indifferent to it.
You're indifferent.
Yeah.
You want to see like mass pardons of Democrats?
No, but I also don't want to see another 4 years of treasure digging from an FBI head that has already said that he has a
We're
hit
cooked
list
on
of
that,
political enemies.
buddy.
What?
Like Kash Patel is like on Twitter retweeting everything in support of himself.
Yeah.
And is super, super online, and he's probably going to be confirmed. But I don't see this Republican Senate really voting any one of his nominees down.
Yeah.
I think Gates probably, if he was smart, he should have just stayed on. They should have powered through it. I think they would have overcome.
Maybe. Well, now he's got a nice job at OAN.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What is going on? Did you see the, sorry to bring this up, but the TYT guy quit on air?
Oh, I haven't watched that yet. Did you see that Christopher Wray is resigning in January? No, but that makes sense because Patel is taking his job, right?
Yep.
The Trump appointee Christopher Wray, the guy that was appointed by Trump, by the way. Yes.
This is the dark timeline.
Yeah, you think? Wait, I need to watch that.
Which one?
That TYT thing.
Yeah. That, and also there are a couple of these. I stumbled on their videos. They're called the Vanguard. I don't know if they're smart or dumb on anything else, but they just go after TYT constantly. So much that at a certain point I was feeling a little bad. But yeah, there's like just I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're doing this. Is it just for money? It can't be. You think it's money?
Wait, hold on.
Oh, he just walked away?
Yeah, I did. Wait.
This motherfucker. Busy earning.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Who knows? Who knows?
A little bit of spite, maybe. All right, man. Hey.
Wait. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did you have something you want to talk about?
No.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna watch this TYT then.
All right. Later, bro.
Have fun. Be careful.
But mainstream media, those goddamn liars, they were defeated. The establishment of both parties, they're giant liars and they're crooks and they were defeated. So yeah, I'm a little happy that those evil sons of bitches were defeated. And every time we say stuff like this, they're like, no, you have to cancel the Young Turks. Cancel them. No, no, no. How dare you stick up for the average person?
Hello?
Yeah, no, there was one thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about this.
Oh.
So,
wait,
there
can you
are
give me 20 seconds just to finish this jank rant? So that we have full context for what you're about to say?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Well, what happened now? You losers, what did you do? You sucked up to your corporate donors? And what'd you get? Loss after loss after loss. And now you want me to have empathy for those corporate Democrats, for the mainstream media? No, I have no empathy for them. They had all of this coming. For God's sake, both left-wing and right-wing populists, wake up. At Trump, 100.
Okay, go for it.
Couple things. Number one, there are people literally in my reply saying he didn't say he's happy that Trump won. He's saying he's happy that Kamala lost. And I just don't know what to say to that. I mean, okay, if you want to make that distinction, I guess he technically did say that the establishment lost, the establishment represented by Kamala. But to me, it's the same difference. There were two candidates that were going to win or lose. And so him saying he's a little happy that Kamala lost is no different than saying he's a little happy that Trump won.
Yeah. Can we stop with the pretending that this even needs to be justified? Like in any other like circumstance in life, we would all understand this to be the case. You have two alternatives. You can support one or you can support the other. There is no real indifference. Everybody knows this at every other point in time. If there was ever like a huge moral thing in front of you, like nobody would accept you being indifferent. Like this is a stupid argument that I don't know why people pretend to have sometimes. Yeah. But.
And then I had a TYT producer in my replies as well. He's like, he's not saying that he voted for Kamala. I'm like, yeah, but he also called Kamala and the establishment and the mainstream media his mortal enemy. And he's like, so what? Trump could be his mortal enemy too. But he's like, but in his statement, Cenk literally says MAGA is not his mortal enemy. And then he was trying to say, yes, it is the case that Cenk voted for the person he considered to be his mortal enemy. I mean, that's where they're at. That Cenk is totally consistent because he voted for his mortal enemy because the mortal enemy was the lesser of two evils. That's the apology that we're on right now.
Yeah.
Instead of just acknowledging reality, which is he's saying he's happy about Trump. And if you watch all of his content, he's never like super duper angry at Trump in the recent weeks.
Yeah.
He's like pissed off about Sam Cedar, and he'll show emotion when he's talking about Sam Cedar. But when he's talking about Trump deporting U.S. citizens, he's probably not going to do that. But when he's talking about Trump, like, going after political opponents, there's no heat, there's no passion at all. He's only mad when he's talking about people who he's felt have personally aggrieved him.
Wow. He just bounces. What is this?
Also, right now, I will do no more work. I don't know why. Something just said I will do no more work with TYT though. In its current capacity, I will.
Oh wow, bro!
No more content. I will be on no more shows. It's over for me. Like something just told me I have to say that, and I need to put it on Twitter. I need to text Jink and Anna. Y'all can't call me for no more shows. I'm done with it.
What?
Yeah, in real life.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Damn, that's 100.
I tell people.
Wait, is this like an anchor or just a guy that calls in, or I don't even know what show this is?
Past couple years, I've been taking paychecks from TYT. At this moment, I feel disgusted by that, dog. I don't like where TYT is right now. TYT is starting to act like, and listen, I'm telling people right now, I have not severed my relationship with TYT. I'm being a buck. So what I'm saying right now might just end that relationship.
Whoa.
No, I'm sorry, I gotta say.
It's the anniversary night, nigga. We're not doing a relationship ending tonight. No.
I'm with my family and I'm talking to our extended family. I don't really know what's going on over there, dog. Like I don't know if they had some kind of meeting or was it the Christmas party or what, where they decided that, we need to do what the Joe Scarborough did that cost them so many viewers to say that we're gonna cover Trump. Anna and Jink showing up in the way they showing up, it ain't work for me. I'm never gonna be quiet. So if they say, okay, you can't be on our shows no more, then I don't give a damn because I'm not gonna be quiet about the way that they're showing up right now. You took too
How
much.
are they showing up, Mondale?
Like MAGA, like an extension of damn Trump. Like, this idea that these people ain't white supremacists, like normalizing Trump supporters as if they ain't racist, dog. I am not okay with this. I'm not gonna be good with Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski or Jink or Anna or anybody.
TYT has multiple contributors who sometimes co-host, usually with Cenk or Anna. This guy was one of the worst ones, and he would hate you. Based, okay.
Pretending that these people aren't threatening our lives. I'm a black person first. They can keep that money for them videos. I'll go back to kissing my wife and not having to create videos in the afternoon. I don't care. It's not what I'm not comfortable. We should all be mad. That was the last beacon other than Democracy Now! And Free Speech TV. That's talking about full progressive media. Y'all took too much money from the ethos. Y'all took too much money with too many billions of views to be doing what y'all doing right now. So I don't know who offered you a check or which check you're trying to get.
I can't tell if this LUT is like too saturated or not.
Disgusted by it as a contributor and a person who helped grow Rebel HQ, another money source for y'all, to over 1 million followers, dog. I average 30 million views a year on Rebel HQ myself. None of those views join my personal YouTube channel or nothing. So the pennies that they give me is not enough to make me sell my soul. I don't know what's going on. And if y'all are cool with it, I need to question y'all bona fides. And I'm not talking about you two personally. I'm talking about everybody who say they're part of the Squirrel Gang, the Dragon Squad. I need to know what's going on.
The Dragon
We should be asking
Squad.
these questions, though. And we shouldn't be asking these questions with questions. We should be asking these questions with the lack of subscriptions.
That's right.
That's right. In that manner. I don't give you enough to pay nobody's bill, but I subscribe at $100 a month. That's a big level from one person when you got over 1 billion views. I cannot spend that $100 a month to TYT. As long as they're acting as if Donald Trump followers aren't the same people who are trying to kill me and my wife. And that is not hyperbole. I live in a segregated world because I'm still getting death threats. The FBI had to get involved to get me my email back because I was hacked by these people. In real life, in this cycle, I've never thought I would say thank you to an FBI agent. The FBI agent called me and was like, you're in danger. Your wife can't travel by herself. So these people, and out of love and respect for my wife, I'm obligated to do it today. I'm asking real questions. Jake, Anna, and also TYT, what are we doing?
Why didn't I follow this at all? I didn't know TYT was sponsored by Polymarket.
Live from the Polymarket studios. What is this? Well, we got a new sponsor, Polymarket, and what they do is tell you basically the odds of anything in the real world happening. So it's the world's largest prediction market, and
I don't know. I think Dan might have been mad at me because I didn't want any sponsors for any of the election stuff. And I didn't go with these guys.
It has things like, hey, who's going to win, Biden or Trump? We'll come back to that in a second. How many tweets is Elon Musk going to do in the next 24 hours? It's hilarious. I love it. I think it's a perfect sponsor for us. And obviously we'll be telling you a lot more about it going forward. tyt.com/polymarket to find out who they are, their relationship with us, etc. You can look all into it. You'll be hearing that throughout the rest of the year. I love that they bought the sponsorship for the studio, and we appreciate them. Turns out they're longtime viewers of the Young Turks. So love it, can't get enough of it. We appreciate them.
Jesus. Was it really bad though? I don't know if I actually care about this or not. Not the corporate donors, true. Apparently, the judge decided that he wasn't happy with how the bidding went down between The Onion and that company that was trying to buy back InfoWars for Alex Jones. So now they have to redo the auction. That's kind of fucked, no? Yep. Remember, the whole point of a court is to provide like relief for the people who are suing. That's part of your standing, is that the court can actually help you. So the idea that somehow that company could end up basically back with Alex Jones is what a slap in the face to the people that are, I guess, the plaintiffs in that suit. Yeah. The judge says they don't want another auction. How are they going to resolve it then? I thought the judge canceled the results of the last one. I'm sorry, I guess I didn't read that he wanted another. I just assumed. What would be the way forward? You got to try to buy InfoWars. Wasn't the offer only 1 million? I think it was 1.5 million, but I don't want to have that liability. Fuck that. Nice. Do you agree with this dude's breakdown of healthcare spending in America? Oh yeah, more healthcare stuff. Make everybody ass pained. Luigi Manguino's manifesto includes a superficially damning claim, however it's wrong. Frankly, U.S. and more focused in Norway, we rank roughly 42 in life expectancy. Okay, I'm good. I'm good on this for now. suing for an unreasonable amount of money. I didn't follow the whole court case. My understanding is that the big deal with the Alex Jones case is Alex Jones like didn't show up or cooperate with like any of the proceedings, so it was basically just like a default. Like, did it even go? Like, did a jury even decide on anything? I thought that it was basically just Alex Jones didn't cooperate with basically anything, and the judge was like, okay, well, fuck you. Like, here you go. That was my understanding. Warning: bodily fluids. Does he throw up?
Wow. Is the
jury
majority
awarded
of
the
the
amount,
music
okay.
played in Japan Western music? I guess not.
I'm sorry about that, chat. I just fucked y'all up.
It's okay.
What?
How did they arrive at the $1 billion in damages for the Alex Jones case, though? I think the majority of the damages were, there's two types. You've got compensatory, and then I always forget the second one, but it includes things like punitive damages, where it's like, this was such a bad action, you should never do it again, and you should be punished for it, and other people should like have like a, kind of like a warning not to, and I think that's where the majority of the damages were awarded from, I believe. We looked this up.
Listen, so it's some Z-axis bullshit. It's some dog shit.
Uh-oh.
And you put a totem down, and it'll aggro the bottom floor. And this is a deep totem, so this is gonna aggro the entire bottom floor. Honestly, we were dead here. We were all dead here. Okay, and so these other totems, they don't do it. I'm just waiting for them to pull the boss. Like, look how nonchalant I am. Dude, we're just chilling. We're waiting for the boss. I can't trade you water. Okay, he was looking for water. Yo, under us. I instantly earthbind and I drop a stone claw here because I see a lot of it. You know, hey, I'm saving my lock here. I tried to save my lock here. I dropped a stone claw on him. I got the aggro off of him for a bit. I dropped stone claw. Yo, this is a huge pull. So let me tell you the stuttering here. I know if I heal here.
Okay, epic.
I went with code cat.
You and he went and looked you up on YouTube. How was I supposed to explain I watched someone with a clip like that? E-money, yikes.
I just misclicked. Bro, I'm so bad at the game!
What is? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say for a wolf. It's just as scary and they also have high pitch. I would have agreed with your answer, low key though. What did you just say? What? Did you not understand anything? No, I have no clue what you. Did you not understand your answer, low key though? I would have agreed with your answer, low key though. What did you? High pitch. I would have agreed with your answer, low key though. What did you just say? What? Did you not understand anything? It's just as scary and they also have high pitch. That's what I was gonna say for a wolf. It's just as scary and they also have high pitch. I would have agreed with your answer, low key though. What did you just say? What? Did you not understand anything? No.
I would have agreed with your answer, low key though. I don't. Does that make sense? I would have agreed with your answer, low key though. Is that what she actually said, or is that just what it sounds like?
No clue what you said. That's what I said, right?
What did you say? Okay. Hassan does his weakest strawman voice.
Luigi Mangione, an online reaction. John Fetterman says, he's the asshole that's going to die in prison. Congratulations if you want to celebrate that. Sewer is going to sewer. That's what social media is about this. Of course, he gets that platinum healthcare for his fucking massive stroke.
Why did Ray step down from the FBI? I don't know. I assume he has to. There's going to be a new FBI director coming in. I don't know why this is a big deal. Is this a big deal, or are people just saying it? Like, is he making fun of Fetterman's stroke? Maybe. His term isn't up? Yeah, but Trump is literally nominated. Hasn't Trump literally nominated a new FBI head? Do you even understand AWS?
Amazon Web Services launched in 2006 with a total of 3 products: storage buckets, compute instances, and a messaging queue. Today, it offers a mind-numbing 200 and something services. And what's most confusing is that many of them appear to do almost the exact same thing. It's kind of like shopping at a big grocery store where you have different aisles of product categories filled with things to buy that meet the needs of virtually every developer on the planet. In today's video, we'll walk down these aisles to gain an understanding of over 50 different AWS products. So first, let's start with a few that are above my pay grade that you may not know exist. If you're building robots, you can use RoboMaker to simulate and test your robots at scale. Then once your robots are in people's homes, you can use IoT Core to collect data from them, update their software, and manage them remotely. If you happen to have a satellite orbiting Earth, you can tap into Amazon's global network of antennas to connect data through its ground station service. And if you want to start experimenting and researching the future of computing, you can use Bracket to interact with a quantum computer. But most developers go to the cloud to solve more practical problems. And for that, let's head to the compute aisle. One of the original AWS
Wow, I don't know why I was like this. Okay. Why aren't you using any of these? I use literally all of these. Literally half the chatters in my DGG chatter. People that are spun up on AWS. Isn't there some utility in staying in office until you're fired? Adds to the chaotic appearance of Trump's administration. Yeah, but Ray was literally a Trump appointee. Would he really do that to Trump? I mean, I agree. I guess he should stay until Trump is forced to fire him. But, I mean, yeah, you could do it. But I don't know if, like, Republicans won't care. We should do content from Mom. I could do a whole on the shit that she sends me every day. She just sent me a link saying, do you believe that this is real or true? Let's see. What did I get sent? Albemarle submits state and federal permits for potential redevelopment of the Kings Mountain mine. September 24th, 2024. Charlotte, no. A global leader in providing essential elements for mobility, energy, connectivity, and health, has submitted several state and federal permit applications for the potential redevelopment of the Kings Mountain mine, one of the few known Oh, this is the conspiracy that the federal government caused the hurricanes in North Carolina so that they could come in and steal the lithium mines or whatever. Nope, nope, nope. What is this? Nope. 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 Okay. Have anything else in like an hour? What are we doing? connections. Hairspray, Rosebud, Pokemon, Primate, Xanadu, Jazzercise, Ketchum, Snow Globe, Paralympics, PayPal, Paradise, Wikipedia, Seventh Heaven, Salad Dressing, Magic 8 Ball, Shangri-La. These are like movies and some bullshit that I don't know any of this. Fuck me. Things that you shake to make them work. Alternate names for heavenly places or nice places, or is this TV shows? Ketchum. This has to be related to Pokemon TV shows, cartoons. Xanadu, I don't even know what the fuck this is. Paralympics, PayPal, Jazzercise. The internet's gotten too hard for me. I can't do it. I don't know. I'm just a god. That's how I know. It doesn't matter if I know or not. My hand is guided by God. Ketchum. This is Ash Ketchum. It has to be Pokemon related, but I just don't know how that would relate to any of this bullshit. PayPal. Things that got big on the internet? Like PayPal and Wikipedia. Primate. Oh my god. Ketchum, PayPal, Rosebud, Prime 8. Oh my god, I'm so smart. I have the hand of God. I have the hand of God. Honestly, that was a meme pick because they're all like 2-syllable words. Ending in synonyms for friend. A chum, a pal, a mate, and a bud. Holy shit. What is the connector for this? Wikipedia, Paralympics, Pokemon, Jazzercise. Oh wait, they're like alternatives based off of like the main thing. So like exercise, encyclopedia, Olympics, and pocket monster. I don't even know what the fuck that. I have no idea. Proper noun, portmanteau. Oh my god. Cringe. How many months since I got a 950? Am I even capable? Bro, I throw out 950s just like on the dot. Okay. Hold on. Watch. Watch this. This is exactly an exact 950. Here we go. Okay, well, clearly this is Trump's America, so. Is Muda coming tonight? No, I'm pretty sure Muda's fucking taking a break from the internet for all of his dumb bullshit going on. Did you give up on flags? No, they're in our brain somewhere. This is way undersaturated. Not good. Okay. I'll leave it on video. Can you play us a Christmas song? I'll play your mom a Christmas song. Okay, well, fuck it. Kick.com/Destiny. We're going to be doing anything else soon. I'm going to go downstairs and make sure we're all set up for it. Be careful, don't die. We'll be live by 7 o'clock sharp. Otherwise, every single person in chat gets $1,000 Bitcoin deposit right into their account. Good luck.